Is everyone ready?
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're good to go.
Okay.
These guys don't want to come game chat, seems like.
Good luck.
Okay, we are live with DNA versus Clown. Okay, so we have Clown on the defense. First thing a ban comes through for them is Maverick to make sure the walls can't get opened up so easily, and a Capital banned out from the attack themselves. Obviously not comfortable using those firebolts to take care of someone on the wall, and it's a good ban to make sure you can take someone off a bandit trick, especially on the CC cache site. They also ban a Jaeger as well. It's a good idea, especially on a map like this where you want to stop the attackers getting as many throwables as they can in the windows. It'll make their attacks a lot easier so they can't protect the players so easily. You basically forced everything on might at that point so you don't get killed from grenades. And Maestro ban as well. This is a good way to deny intel gaining, and with Echo banned currently in comp play, that will really make a starvation of information. Valk is going to really need to be picked. First site coming through for the defense is CC and Cash Room. Seems like a standard setup here for CC Cache. A banner to trick the wall, Valk for intel, smoke to deny plant or the push, or my obviously to bring that shield. It's always useful to have that, and then with Jaeger banned you need to play him to stop projectiles coming through, such as the grenades and such. And then the dock finally as well, most likely to hold garage. With that long angle, the ACOG is very helpful.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Bandit looking to make some punch holes in the wall. It doesn't really make much of a difference. You need to make some sort of shotgun holes if you want to actually make any sort of sound propagation better. And there you go, the smoke opening some holes allows the bandit to trick more securely. Dock as well will reinforce the southernmost walls inside of garage. This allows the long angle to get more protected. Actually, he reinforces one. Interesting choice there, as the second one could be reinforced, because it could be opened actually, and just get a long angle from outside onto the rotate and onto the windows of the garage. Okay, it looks like DNA are looking to open up into garage here. Getting a clear on this door so no runouts can come out and take anyone on the main wall. With this bandit tricking, the attackers will have to find some way of getting him off that, such as a player below inside of lounge, but you will have to contest this one while he is playing aggressively down there. Yeah, flashbangs come through, and then perhaps Sophia stun will... Actually, there's a grenade coming through from the Yana. Let's get you have those. And here we go. This should allow the stomach to open. Actually, no, bandit will just about be able to trick that. Nice work there from Boggers. That's both the thermites. Judge is gone already. Unfortunate placement there from him. Bandit will deny this wall being opened up. The shotgun blast there, very aggressive from Envy, will take down the Nomad, but she is down but not out yet. She could very well get picked up. In the meantime, Yana looking to drone up the red stairs. He will do a lot of damage there onto the Wamai, but nothing much. Sleepy in the meantime will take out the Sophia. So it's technically a 3-on-5 here for DNA, not looking so strong so far. Although with Nomad getting picked up, it's back in a 4 versus 3, but massive health advantage still in favour of Clan at this point. They will have to take care of this Valkyrie, who is playing, I believe it's the Valkyrie playing, yeah, she's playing inside of the bathroom here. So if they want to push from bedroom, they will have to take care of her first. Rishit comes through into construction, he will get droned so they know someone's in here. Actually, Nomad jumps in through the CC window and finds a kill. It's refragged though from the Wamai, so it's a 3 versus 4 now in favour of the defence.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Wamai gets taken down, and it's a second for the Yana. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one. Now 3 versus 2 in favour of the attack, all down to the left, Doc. And Bandit takes down one at the top red stairs. The fuse is going down though. Bandit just about spots it, but somehow misses that. Very awkward there. And it's now down to a 1 versus 1, Thatcher versus Bandit. Thatcher looks the wrong way, even though he knows Bandit's right next to him, and he somehow gets that kill. Very awkward round there, not ideal for anyone, but somehow the defense managing to clutch things up. Interesting.
Defender mission successful.
That was definitely looking for like a DNA round when the Yana was able to get into site and find a couple of kills. And especially when the Bandit wasn't able to deny the plant, even though he was sitting right next to that person. Now, the second site is Church and Arsenal room here. From the choice of operators, looks like a variation of the SSG strategy, but an Echo and Ella picked out is interesting. Not entirely sure why these two are necessary. Perhaps you'll have the Ella playing in place of the Vigil upstairs, so she gets some information denial, but the cloak on Vigil is always helpful to have, especially when you against a team that drones so well.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Seems to have some internet issues here with the Ella, having a bit of an episode. Ping through the roof though, oh lord, might have disconnect.
10 seconds to go.
Seems to have stabilized out now though, so that's okay.
5 seconds left.
Now in the meantime, it does seem that there is a bit of an SSG strat going on here. You see the two players playing upstairs, so this will mean DNA has to clear out the entire map before they can dream of pushing off the site. Okay, here we have the Sophia clearing out from pool table into the bar area. The castle barricade already destroyed, which will mean the castle has to fall back. He hasn't barricaded the normal door, so he will fall back towards stage, gives him a bit more place to work with here. In the meantime, Legion takes down the Zofia. Not entirely sure where that was. He was upstairs, actually, inside of Gym. So as DNA opting not to clear out the top floor whatsoever allows these roamers on the top floor to play here safely and get a kill from that. Castle here still playing inside of bar, and it sounded like the Hibana there opened the pool window, but she's now on her drone. Castle still should be safe to play here for now.
Attackers have located a bomb.
The echo already going down, in fact, as it's a dirt push coming through from the attackers. Mostly though with a refrag onto the Hibana who was playing upstairs, so it is all down to this dirt push. The Thatcher already inside of Arsenal, and then perhaps these dirt players could get in and get a plant down. And then with kitchen hatch open, they could be susceptible to a rotate from them. Doesn't seem the defense are aware of this plant actually going down. Actually, no, they are now, and they do get some damage onto the thermite, but it should still be able to go down. 2 kills here from the attack, put them in the advantage now, 3-2. Now it's all down to the Castle and the Legion to clutch things up. One player rotates back into the Castle here. Poor placement as he just doesn't manage to get past. And now Legion in a 1 versus 2 dances around the racks, and he takes down the thermite, but is refragged instantly by the Thatcher. Good read of the situation there, allows him to push in and clutch things out for his team. Once again, Boggers with interesting positioning as he just walks right past someone and misses a couple of shots and gets taken down. Perhaps if he'd pushed more coherently with his teammate, he could have clutched that out, as it did come close in the end. Gym and bedroom chosen as the next site here, as they obviously are not too comfortable on that basement attack.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Okay, so here we have, seems like the standard Castle and Bandit duo to try and trick the jacuzzi wall here. Now it seems that the defense are opting to reinforce off all of the cash rooms, so they will have a player playing inside of here. No kite or bandits on these walls though, so it will be easy for the attackers to open up these walls and take out that player inside of there. Still some setup going on the site here actually. They do have a bit of problem here with their late site setup, which could be caught off guard by the attack, but they are nowhere near it, so it should be all safe for them here. Have a rotate here from the Echo actually into the gold area. Just hold logistics more aggressively, although if they do manage to take logistic control, it will provide another avenue into site. In the meantime, Thatcher is downed by falling off the roof, unfortunately therefore for the attack, but what can you do? Bandit is still tricking the wall, so the Thermite will have to wait for the Thatcher to come, and to get him off this wall they will have to try and open up this castle barricade. There is only one castle though for them to take out, so one Ash Charge could be quite easy for them to take care of, especially with no Jaeger on the board. One Ash Charge or 7x Kairos actually in there could just open up that barricade. No one on site to take those out, unfortunately. Valk was on her way to do so, but this should be the Bandit off the wall now, and Jacuzzi should be able to get opened up. Bandit, a massive mistake there from him, tries to trick the wall, just throws away his life. Although the Valk very quick there with the refrag onto her teammate, so that's the Hibana off the board now, but her job is already done. Jackal aggressively pushing up main stairs, and he does manage to get into gym now. Interesting here, very aggressive from DNA. You still have a minute to work with, but they are choosing to just push in already. Falk should be able to kill someone inside the corridor if she peeks at the right time, but pre-first comes through will give away her position. Echo as well, watching out for anyone pushing the corridor. Might be able to find a gunfight here, but no, the Ash falls back as well. Now DNA might have got inside, but they are a bit of a loss here now for what to do. They seem to have stalled out a little bit. The Thermite does go back outside, and an Ash charge does open up into bathroom. Ash should be able to find one kill there. Yeah, she finds one onto the castle and maybe one more onto the Echo here. Ella's come back from construction side, so she might be able to find someone, but it's now all down to her in a 1 versus 4 Omega Exalted. 1 versus 4 situation now. Diffuser going down. Not much to work with really. Pings comes through. He manages to take down the planter just before he gets that plant off actually. So that's something there, but this Ash should be able to get a plant down. Ella will have to rotate back through the same area. Finds one kill there, bit of a whiff, but did still manage to find that kill. However, DNA still just have to watch this one avenue of attack, as the Ella has only one way in. She's in, taking out a very low HP, and the Jackal should be able to finish things off here, if not the Ash. There it is. The second attacking round win for DNA there. Very good. CC and Cache site, the only site that the defense have managed to make work so far, will be chosen again as it is unlocked for them. Seems to be the exact same lineup for them as before. They obviously think that it worked out well for them last time, so it should work out for them again. The bandit tricking worked very well last time, so the attack will have to really change things up if they want to open up that main wall and then push on into site. Perhaps they should think about pushing the bedroom side from the start and not losing both those exit dynamics on the main wall. Perhaps if you lose one, try and rotate round and open up the main, not the main wall, the construction wall to site. Or the Hibana actually could do that if she didn't lose her life so quickly this round. It's always good to have a double hard breach on this map. Interesting I'm coming through here from the smoke actually. You won't be able to see much from that, but it might just be a rotate from the stage area into stock. This will allow any roamers below to get inside of stock. And maybe just get into the lounge as well. All of the lounge has been barricaded off. It's an interesting choice to do this. It will give them some warning if anyone does push stock and lounge area. So they will know to move that bandit away from the main wall so he can't get killed from below. Jackal entering solo into the dirt tunnel. Where is Jack? There it is. On the look for any roamers. No one in the basement though, so you will not find anyone to contest so far. It does seem like Selma is opting to go for this main wall once again. They will have to deal with this bandit though on the main wall. It's important to get rid of him first. No grenades on the side of DNA, so no one will be on the CC balcony as it didn't work so well for them before. Perhaps the Ash will be looking to push into lounge. Yeah, here she is. She should be able to get an Ash charge in below. And that should manage, yeah, half of Bandit's health taken down. And he shouldn't be able to bandit trick. No, he doesn't manage to. Much better there from DNA. Allows them to open up the main wall and take away half of Bandit's health. Two sets of Scorers also expended on the main wall. I'm not entirely sure why that was necessary after the thermite had already been opened up. But it will allow them to get more angles, especially onto the shield flare of the smoke. Perhaps the second Ash charge below on that shield could help them take care of this. Thatch here with an upside down rappel on the main breach should allow him to get some shots in, but almost gets his head taken off by the dock. A couple of missed shots there will lose him a kill. Although, I think the Valk in the meantime was able to find the Thatcher, or not Thatcher, the Jackal, sorry. Yep, Valkyrie still here tussling with the Ash. And she loses out that gunfight. Good refrag coming through from the Ash, and a second and a third coming through from the Thatcher, who's already in sight. Another one there for DNA, and it's now all down to the dock left inside of garage. So many angles to contest, he can't hit them all, but he hits one. So close to the Hibana's head there as well, but Diffuser is already downed. He is locked inside of this garage catwalk though. Almost finds that kill onto the Thermite, is down, but using those stims he will be able to get himself back up. Hibana though will finish off that kill, and there it is, a third attacking round for DNA. Not looking strong here for Clown so far. Once again, while I've been selecting someone else, the attackers have just managed to rush right in through the breach and get a couple of kills off the back of it. After that failed attempt, the defense will choose to go down to Church and Arsenal again and see if they can change up what they had before to make it work this time. Again, interesting to bring the Ella and the Echo for this site. Normally you'd want like a Legion, a Mute, a Vigil when you do the SSG roam. It allows them, the attackers playing upstairs, or defenders, sorry, playing upstairs to kind of avoid any drones that might spot them out up there to lazy more time. Fuck, I am not on point today. Now, what happened last time they tried to defend this site was DNA was able to try and push upstairs, but they lost out a couple of players there. So they tried to push dirt instead, and it worked out excellently for them. What Clan have to do this time differently, they have a shield inside of dirt actually, which will help them protect it better. That's a good idea from them. What they have to do this time is, if they start to push
10 seconds remaining.
they have to bring all their players back to site as quickly as possible to stop them pushing. There's no point in having those roamers upstairs for longer than they need to be, especially if the push is already coming onto site. Does seem to be a similar setup so far. Two players playing upstairs, cast inside a bar with that rotate back to site, and then two players below. X-Car is actually being able to be denied from upstairs. A good angle here from the Valkyrie. Very good plays there so far. Although the logistic hatch is opened and drones come through, so they should be able to spot out these roamers upstairs. They know about these roamers, so they will have to take care of them quickly if they want to open up into site. Valkyrie has dropped back into Barna, so it's all down to the Legion left playing upstairs. Unfortunate situation here for him. He will either have to drop or take someone with him. Although it doesn't seem the attackers are actually pushing upstairs. Even after drawing out the players above, they have opted to just leave them up there. Although the Ash is pushing solo from cache side. Could either be very risky or gain a reward. I don't know what I'm trying to say really. Legion just misses out a few shots and he loses that gunfight to the Ash. Perfect place there from her. And the castle also taken down as well. Defense now in a 3-on-5 and all players are in sight now. With this dirt hole open, it's down to a 1-on-1 versus the Echo and the Thermite. Echo takes a few shots onto the Thermite, but he rotates back already, barricading off instead. Not great here for the defense, as the attack have already taken full map control and still have a minute to work with them at their man advantage. 4 versus 3, 3 versus 3, 2 quick kills comes through for Clown, so it's good here for them. Looking much better. Nice kill death from the Thermite. Echo unaware of this attacker upstairs still. 2-on-2 now. It's the defense really bringing things back so far. Valkyrie just winning out that fight, and it's now all down to the Thermite in a 1 versus 2. Valkyrie in a with very low health, and the last SSL is getting taken care, going to take care of this castle barricade. Interesting there. Takes care of that bulletproof. Only 15 seconds to work with, so he will have to find these 2 kills very quickly. Not checking the corner to his right, and the Valkyrie should be able to find a quick kill there. Whiffed shots means she somehow doesn't win that gunfight, but she wins the second one. I'm entirely sure what happened there, but manages to win out the round anyway. Well, that was an interesting round. Nice clutch there in a 3 versus 5 from the defense. Really bringing things back there. Not a stellar performance so far from the defense. Really seems to be relying on these big kills coming through from Sleepy. In bedroom is the final site that Clown have chosen to go to, as this is their last defense on this split. No matter what happens here, DNA should have, well, they have won their first half on Clubhouse, because Clubhouse tends to be a very attacker or defender sided map, sorry.
Attacker. Attackers have located a bomb.
Now, a nice alteration of this site so far has been to pick up the mirror this time, instead of bringing the castle. Dropping the castle probably isn't the best idea for this site,
10 seconds to go.
as you do want that castle to try and take care of the utility, so they can't take care of the bandit on the jacuzzi wall. Perhaps take a mute and, or Maya's also taken this time, which will help stop the barricade getting destroyed, but it's only a wooden barricade, so bullets will take care of it this time. When they open the jacuzzi breach, which really should be inevitable considering there's no castle to protect this bandit, this mirror window inside of bathroom will be very strong. Summit here should actually be able to open this wall. Oh, that was so close there. Bandit is able to take care of when it's thermic, but is taken down from the window. That's why you really need those castle barricades on those walls, or Bandit will just get taken out so quickly. Man advantage already in favour of DNA. Mirror now will be left alone here to take care of this jacuzzi breach, as she is the only one close enough to do so. Smoke here still trying to set up a shield on the bed. Interesting. Probably should set up that earlier in the round. Valkyrie playing below will be good to take care of a planter inside the site, especially if they have cams in there. Although Ash is looking for this Valkyrie. Mirror in the meantime is taking gunfights, but is taken down. The Wamai takes down one in the meantime. That's the Ying down. But the Ash is able to take down the C4 below, and it's now once again all down to Omega in a 1 versus 4 clutch situation on this site. It's not ideal here. If it goes as was ordained before, it will be a round win here for DNA, and 4-2 split will not be ideal for the side of Clown going into their attacks. And there it is, Thatcher's finishing things off. 4-2 victory for them. Now, on their first site of defense on Clubhouse, CCTV and cash room is picked out here. A clash actually picked out from DNA. This will allow them to hold garage more aggressively than what you'd normally have. 6-pick hit off of the Vigil onto the Mine will allow the projectiles to get caught out, and if there's a no, actually, yeah, no, they will bring grenades on that Yana. Always get Yana as grenades. So the grenades obviously brought to try and stop any bandits on the wall, but no bandit is picked out, so it will not matter anyway. The mine not going to be particularly useful at stopping that. The attackers here obviously thinking that the defense was going to sit back onto the bandit to trick the wall, but D&E obviously not too happy with it. Perhaps they would prefer a kite, but with Thatcher on the board, it's not ideal for them. Only a meat jammer is left on the wall, but one EMP should be able to take care of that very easily. I wonder if the clash will be playing inside a garage on the catwalk.
5 seconds to insertion.
Only 3 of the garage walls done, and arguably the most important one is left soft. If you just open up an angle here, you are able to see both the rotate and the window from a very safe area. Interesting there from the defense. Claymore once again going down on the garage door which will block off any runouts onto players on this balcony here. Drones comes through to try and figure out if there's anyone bandit tricking, but they should be able to figure out no one is. Only one meat jammer on the wall, no one close, so an EMP, and then one exothermic able to open up this breach very easily. Only a minute down, and the attack have already opened up the main breach. Good use of time so far from them. The clash is actually, no one's playing inside a garage, and the clash is on the bedroom side, so if Clan are able to drone this out, they should be able to get someone inside a garage and then push on into CC and try and get a plant down. The smoke will be bothersome, but with so much time left, those 3 gas canisters won't have too much of an effect. X-Cars will be able to open up a hole inside of the garage wall. Not entirely sure why that's done when there's already a rotate and a soft wall next to it, but okay. Bit of dilly-dathering so far from the attack, not really any progress made since opening that breach, just trying to find information, really struggling with this clash over here on the bedroom side of the map. Perhaps that IGL should call for a push onto the site and onto garages, no one is in there, and the clash, and so many players are holding this bedroom side. Interesting, but a minute left, so the attackers still have plenty of time to work with, really. Clash really trapped in a corner here. Not ideal position for her. But Magnet will save her life from a grenade, turning her back to the window for a second, but is not caught out. Hibana spotted out, and Thatcher with the first kill onto the mute, and Clash here should be a second victim. There we go, Hibana struggling a little bit there, but there we go. Only 2 players left alive for the side of the defense, but only 1 player now in a 1 versus 4 situation. Good take so far from the attack. They are aware of this position on top red stairs, so Flash's banks will come out. Still no plant going down though, I don't know why they're delaying so long. But there we go. Easy for the attack to finish off that final kill. Now if Clan want to come away with a victory here, they will have to show up big like that on all of their attacks. CC and Cash also picked out as the second attempt, or no, changing the gears up to Church and Arsenal Room instead. A Mirror picked out is an interesting choice, you don't often see that. Clash once again picked. Didn't work out for them great last time, it did delay a lot of time, but when all the players die on site, the Clash isn't the most useful. A Pulse also picked, probably playing in the back of Arsenal, and the Clash 6 bits off onto a Kaid. A good idea for this site to have the Kaid to deny the hatches or the walls getting open, but with a Thatcher on the board, it will not have too much of an impact. Doesn't seem like much of an SSG style roam from the operator's selection, so perhaps we'll see a full turtle, maybe just one player playing off site, perhaps the bandit, not entirely sure. Once again, this pick of the Yana,
10 seconds left.
presumably just for the grenades, but there are other options such as sledge. Sledge is always a good idea for this site, especially when you can make holes in the floor, in kitchen, and in the hallway outside to get angles onto site. The Yana might not be the best option, just perhaps not feeling too comfortable with their drone usage, so the extra intel from the Gemini, I believe it's called, should be helpful for them. Hibana here should be able to get the kitchen hatch open. Yep, it's getting opened up now. Electrical comes out way too late there from the Kaid, so it's a bit of a waste of utility. But a beautiful shot there onto the head of the Hibana, who is still upside down rappelling on that window. That is the top frag for the attack is gone already, so it's not looking so good for them. We do seem to have a full map clear coming through from the attack as a Claymore place upstairs. If they droned out the entire top floor, they would know no one's playing anywhere. And there's no one even up on the second floor, so yeah, it is a full Turtles strat so far. A Yana hologram will go down and try and clear out as much as possible before the actual attackers push down. Nice face checking here from the Yana, good use of that utility, and that will allow them to figure out that no one's playing in the immediate bar area. This will allow the thermite to get in and probably open up this motor hatch. There we go, with the electrical gone, should be easy for them. It sounded like a nitro cell ripped here, probably from the thermite. And that was on a hard floor.
Bomb located by attackers.
Trying to nitro cell in bar, I believe. Not the greatest use of map knowledge. Thermite Pulsar C4 already gone. A minute still to work with, and this mirror window actually placed inside of church will allow the defense to really delay this attack, so the attack really have to find something to work with here. Rotating around to the blue hatch instead, actually. Although this second mirror window inside of blue will not be ideal for them, so they're actually once again choosing to switch things back up onto the church take, perhaps. They really seem lost for what to do, no real decision being made, everyone just running around a bit lost, really. Thermite pushes down, the thatch is taken out by the smoke, a nice kill there. Kaid also takes out the thermite, who looks away at the wrong moment, awful timing there for him. Although one kill there onto the Kaid, but a 2 versus 4 with 12 seconds left, smoke canisters still on the board to be used. Not looking good here for the attack. There we go. 5-3 now for DNA, looking strong on that site. They only need one more round to guarantee themselves 1 point in the league table, and 2 more to finish things off at a victory for them. Now once again, CCTV and cash room picked out at a Capcam pick, something you don't see too often inside of comp play. Perhaps a 6 pick off him. Yep, there it is. Sipping onto the Vigil. A good idea to 6 pick off the Capcam there. Not the greatest kit. The C4 is useful, but if the drone work is good from the attack, they should be able to spot out all those gadgets, those traps very easily and get taken out quickly. Vigil much more useful, allows to delay the drone work from the attack, make sure they can't figure out exactly where that player is, and just delays a lot of time. Once again, one wall left soft on Garrett. I'm not entirely sure why they're doing this. Interesting just to have one wall left soft. Especially if there's a meat jammer that's going to get taken out very easily through the wall, but okay. Once again, no bandit opted to go for as they don't feel it's worth it. Just a meat jammer on the main wall, but one EMP should be able to easily take care of that. Now let's see if the attackers are able to recreate the success of their first attack on this site. Yeah, it does seem like they're going to try and open up this main wall once again. And it does seem like a nice alteration from DNA, opening up this construction wall, having a shield inside of construction. These holes will allow the smoke canisters to go over the top and then deny anyone. A gun hologram already coming in will make the smoke panic a little bit, but there we go, just a hologram, not much gain from that really. Doesn't gain much intel, you just figure out someone's playing on side of sight really, but okay. Shield actually being switched up here from the construction side to one watching top red. I'm not entirely sure why they've done this when people still are pushing the construction side. Thermite choosing to run away from the breach and no one's on it now, so are they changing everything up entirely to a construction take? If they just manage to try and take care of this one player inside a garage, it should be quite easy for them. But no, they do seem to be opening up into construction, and they will be looking to push everyone in through that. Once again, another Yana taken out instantly, not much intel gained whatsoever. Interesting choice there. A good opening kill there from the Yana onto the Vigil, but one instant refrag onto the Thermite. Not the biggest losses, Thermite's already used both his thermics, but still a man down. 48 seconds left and the attack will have to do something here, as they have to take control of construction. Thatcher will be able to find one kill there from his position inside a bedroom. That's the smoke off the board, not ideal as they cannot delay with those canisters. The Yana is actually in sight now, 2 versus 4 DNA. The Yana is taken down, but with the mute down, it's all down to a 1 versus 3 from the Legion playing inside a garage. Diffuser is going down inside of cash room, and there's good coverage here from the attack. There you go, Diffuser down, 40 seconds to work with. He has to find 3 people. Okay, he won't even find one. The Thatcher's there to clean things up. 5-4 now in favour of DNA still. Now, let's see if DNA chooses to switch things up. So they have not been successful on this side so far, but they still adamant not to go to bedroom site. So obviously not too comfortable there. Let's see if they can change things up. Once again, Clown open up the main breach and then just all switched up onto a construction site take. So DNA should be able to figure this out and switch all the utilities to watch construction side.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now Vigil this time choosing to make some rotates and reinforce the jacuzzi wall. He's obviously read into what Clown are doing and they're opening up this jacuzzi wall and pushing into bedroom to clear him out. So these rotates will allow him to be a lot safer, although... What is that? It's only one jacuzzi wall has been reinforced. I'm not entirely sure what's the point in that, because they can just open up the second one.
10 seconds left.
But, okay, maybe just to deny a certain angle he's been getting killed from. There are no more reinforcements on the side of DNA, so he has to make do with just this one jacuzzi reinforcement. Now let's see what Clown choose to do if they open up this main breach again and then push to come from construction, or choose to try and take garage control. Once again, a claymore onto the garage door, but not the most useful, and actually a bandit is being picked out here, so it should be able to at least deny a little more time here. And yeah, the gun has been switched off onto the sledge. Good idea, as the holograms haven't been too useful. Flashbangs will come out to burn the magnets on the window. So perhaps this grenade should be able to come in and take care of the bandit at the wall. Here it is, getting cooked out now. And there, it does some damage onto the bandit and takes out one battery. But not the best. An electrical comes out and it should be able to find... Actually no, I think a second grenade came in there and took out the electrical before it was deployed, so the breach is opened up. Both grenades used from the sledge though, so he won't be able to use any more, and a lot of damage done onto the Ibana. Health advantage in favour of DNA at this point. Once again, the attack switching things out to construction side take has been working for them, but I'm not entirely sure why they opened the main breach and then just leave it completely.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Now Vigil here once again on his own on the construction side. No one on this jacuzzi breach though, so he's getting a little lost here. Two players inside of logistics though. A drone should be able to spot out roughly where the Vigil is, so the attack know of his rough whereabouts. A third player now pushing from construction. Vigil's still not taken care of though, so if they want to take construction they have to take care of him before they actually push into site. You see the Sophia here looking to try and find him, but just holding an angle at the moment. In the meantime, Thatcher's still on this main breach, so we'll be looking to find someone here. Let's play top red. First gunfight lost out here, but instantly refragged from the attack. A second there for the defense, also refragged out, and it's all down now. 10-second rush into site, sledge taken down, diffuser down, and that's all down to the thermite 1 versus 3 situation. Downs to Legion, but not going to be able to claim that kill as he has to find the other two, but no time left. Taken down by the Wamai, and that is it. Match point, and 1 point secured for DNA in the league table. Very nice so far from DNA. Now once again, Church and Arsenal is being picked out a site that DNA was successful on their first attempt at. They were very successful, in fact. Clown didn't really stand much of a chance. So it's a bit of a stomp of victory. So let's see if they can reciprocate this same defense, or if Clown will alter things up and take care and carry on with this match. The sledge takes it off onto the Jackal. It's not the best idea, as the DNA last time did not have anyone roaming on the second floor. They had an entire turtle strat, so the Jackal not the most useful. And losing out on that soft destruction of the sledge along with the grenades is not the best trade out here. However, let's see if they can make it work. That secondary shotgun is going to give them some soft destruction, but not the best. Yeah, it seems like there's going to be no roamers, and it's just going to be the same style of turtle on site strike coming through from DNA.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Bandit here in the meantime doesn't usually play inside of the dirt tunnel. with bandit batteries. That's an interesting one. You don't often see a bandit inside a dirt tunnel, considering the drone hole is able to just you get a line of sight onto both of these batteries, so you should be able to take them out very easily, and if bandit tries to trick, you could just shoot out his feet. Sarah's car is here coming onto the kitchen hatch. Once again, a Kite Claw will come on, but it's way too late. You need to deploy it before they go down if you want to take care of them. Kitchen hatch again opened up here quickly from the attack. One big difference in this round is Sabana hasn't been taken out straight away, so that is her still on the board for the attack. Drones will come through, and they should be able to figure out rather quickly that no one is roaming once again, so they should be able to figure out that they have full map control, and they have 1 minute and 35 seconds still left to execute onto site. Good time management so far coming through from Clown. Motor hatch will also get opened up, and a castle barricade this time on both motor doors will at least delay the attack for a little bit. Castle barricade bottom main will get taken out eventually after these punches come through, but a C4, oh, very well played there from the Kaid, but he is traded out, but he does manage to get that C4 off, so it's a good trade out in my opinion. C4 already used, and he takes care of the Hibana before. I believe she still had one more set of X-Caros, so she will not be able to take care of this mirror window. Pushing church will be much harder with this smoke playing behind it in such a strong position.
Bomb located by attackers.
Both castle barricades taken out, but as both of the impacts from the Zofia taken out already. 35 seconds left for the attack to push on the site, so it's still doable in a 4 versus 4 situation. Church wall is taken out actually, but the mirror window is still up, so if Smoke wants to reposition it, you can still get behind that mirror window and play relatively safely there. With 30 seconds left, the smoke canisters will fly out, and he finds one kill, that beautiful shot onto the smoke here. So Fear pushes into Motor and tries to find a kill, but with 7 seconds left, it does not able to find anyone. 1 versus 4 now, all down to the Jackal. Finds one, but no one else. 7-4 victory for DNA over Clown. Beautiful game from them, especially good game from the smoke there. Yeah, he even manages to get the elite MVP elevation.